Good evening, and welcome to our first ever virtual Springtime. My name is Ted Lewis, and I have the honor of serving as Executive Director of Side by Side.
Good evening, I'm John Taylor, and I'm the Associate Director of Side by Side.
Hello, my name is Melissa Burrows, President of the Board of Side by Side. Thank you for coming tonight. Every May, we gather at the Tuckahoe Women's Club to celebrate the amazing people that make Side by Side's work possible. Because of the coronavirus, this year's event is a little different, but we know it's important to highlight and honor the incredible folks in our community that support LGBTQ+ youth.
We're excited to celebrate on Facebook with you this year. We have a great program planned, but first, we need to ask for your help. Our hearts go out to all the people who lost loved ones and friends to the coronavirus. COVID-19 has changed our lives in so many ways. It's no secret that the pandemic has created thousands of job losses and hurt our economy. Nonprofits are not immune to the virus's impact. Side by Side needs your help now more than ever. Throughout this evening, you'll see information on the screen on how you can give via text. Please give what you can. Any amount helps. We're committed to continuing Side by Side's vital services for LGBTQ+ youth, but it's critical that we also continue fundraising.
We need tonight to raise $15,000 for Side by Side and LGBTQ+ youth in our community. To get us started, the board has already donated $7,500. We're asking you to help us reach our goal and raise the other half. Together, we can raise this money for LGBTQ+ youth. Making a gift is simple. Text SIDE to 345-345 and follow the instructions to donate.
Thank you to Melissa and the full board at Side by Side for their commitment to raising the funds tonight. We also feel it's important we acknowledge and condemn the anti-Black racist violence happening across our communities. Side by Side joins the rest of the country in grieving the killings of George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Tony McDade, Elijah McClain, and countless other Black Americans to these inconceivable acts of violence. We also recognize the 8 Black transgender women who were killed just last month. Dominique Falls, Bria Milton, Bree Black, Shockey Peters, Drea McCarty, Brayla Stone, Mercy Mack, and Tatiana Hall. We know the past few months have been particularly hard for Black LGBTQ communities. We see you, we hear you, and we're committed to providing supportive, safe, and healing space for our Black LGBTQ youth, while also engaging our white and non-Black youth of color in dialogue around allyship. This is critical now and in the future. Thousands of LGBTQ folks and allies have joined in Black Lives Matter protests in our region to condemn police brutality. But we know the coronavirus pandemic has sidelined many people from joining in these efforts. So we want to give you an opportunity tonight in your living room with your friends and family, because words have power. Say this with me. Black LGBTQ lives matter. Black LGBTQ lives matter. Black LGBTQ lives matter.
There are 2 other ways you can help right now. The first is to share the texting number with friends, family, and your social networks. The more people get the give, the easier it will be to reach our goal. The second is to check out our fabulous auction. There's a lot of incredible items, and all the proceeds go to support our organization. Now, let's start the show. I'd like to kick off the program by thanking the amazing staff who work at Side by Side, particularly our Black staff, who are working through not only the pandemic of COVID-19, but the epidemic of anti-Black racism. We shifted our virtual services on March 16th to keep youth, staff, and volunteers safe during the pandemic. Our staff has gone above and beyond to continue Side by Side's mission and support our youth and young adults through virtual program. So I'm thankful for all their hard work.
A lot of wonderful people and sponsors work behind the scenes to create Springtime each and every year. It's no small feat moving an auction and program entirely online. But here we are. I'm so glad that you've joined us. Tonight's presenting sponsor is Altria. We know we have a lot of Altria employees tuning in. Thank you for your support tonight and throughout the year. I can't wait to see you all on the dance floor in May 2021. Additional sponsors for this evening's event include Solomon and Ludwin Financial Consulting Group, Lewis Insurance Associates, Capital One, Kroger, Weinstein Properties, McKay Wealth Management Group, Equality Virginia, Mosaic, and TV Jerry. All of our sponsors were incredibly kind and supportive as we announced our move to an online event. We thank you for your continued support of Side by Side and tonight's activities. We have a lot of updates and announcements to share tonight, so let's jump in by celebrating our Catalyst winners. John?
I'm honored to tell you more about this year's Catalyst winners. The Catalyst Award is given to an individual, an organization, and a religious faith community who have worked to spark positive change for LGBTQ+ youth in our region. These folks are working hard every day to create a better and more inclusive world for LGBTQ youth and young adults. This year, I'm excited to tell you more about Dr. Archana Pathak, Stonewall Sports RVA, and Ginter Park Presbyterian Church. You'll see videos next of their accomplishments.
Dr. Archana Pathak serves as an associate professor and interim director of the Q Collective at Virginia Commonwealth University. Her studies focus on decolonizing the academy and centering those on the margins. She has taught a range of courses including critical autoethnography and post-colonial feminisms. Dr. Pathak was a key partner in the process of growing VCU's Women's Studies program to a more inclusive gender, sexuality, and women's studies program. In her new role as interim director of the newly created Q Collective, she is working to establish a stronger presence for LGBTQ students and faculty through LGBTQ research at VCU. In 2018, Dr. Pathak received the Bernstein-Watstein Award for her contributions to the LGBTQ community. In 2019, she delivered the powerful TEDx talk, Embracing My Superpower, Living in the In-Between. Dr. Pathak has been a longtime community activist and most recently worked with the board and staff of Side by Side on racial equity. Side by Side is proud to honor Dr. Archana Pathak with the 2020 Catalyst Award.
Visioning, creating, and sustaining a just and inclusive world is at the heart of my work. Transformative change happens in the synergy between our personal relationships and systemic transformation. I am so grateful for the opportunity to serve our communities. Thank you, Side by Side, for this incredible honor.
Ginter Park Baptist Church is an affirming church for the LGBTQ community. This includes having out LGBTQ members in leadership roles within the church and ordaining LGBTQ people. It also includes supporting marriage equality and advocating for anti-discrimination laws. Ginter Park Baptist has been a longtime supporter of Side by Side. Their congregation regularly provides meals for our Thursday evening group for transgender youth. Additionally, this year, Ginter Park Baptist Church has become a fiscal sponsor of Side by Side, providing much-needed funds to help expand programming. The church's motto is to practice radical acceptance and welcome of all persons, affirming them as created in the image of God and as beloved of God. Side by Side is honored to present the 2020 Catalyst Award to Ginter Park Baptist Church.
As people of faith, with the deeply held belief that all of us are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, we are grateful for the loving and good work of Side by Side in support of our LGBTQ youth and their families. On behalf of this congregation, let me say that we are honored to be a recipient of the 2020 Catalyst Award, and we look forward to seeing the good fruit born out of our continued partnership with Side by Side in the years to come. Blessings on you, Side by Side, and thank you.
In the fall of 2017, Stonewall Sports kicked off in Richmond, providing amazing opportunities for LGBTQ and allied adults to connect and build community. Today, the organization supports over 8 different sporting options, including dodgeball, kickball, volleyball, and adventure club activities. Over 2,200 people have participated in Stonewall Sports since it launched in Richmond, finding a community and a network of love and support. As part of their community engagement model, Stonewall has donated over $52,000 back to the LGBTQ community, including raising funds for Side by Side's Host Home program last year. Side by Side is proud to honor Stonewall Sports Richmond with our 2020 Catalyst Award.
On behalf of the Stonewall Sports Richmond Board, we would like to accept this award today. We hope to see you out on the court soon, and we would like to say, thanks, Side by Side! Yay!
Every year, Side by Side awards 3 $1,000 scholarships to youth to support their post-secondary education journeys. We're grateful to Bill Harrison, Sean Story, and the Primetimers of Central Virginia for being the fiscal backers of these scholarship opportunities. This year's recipient of the Michael B. Huntley and Beth Panelaitis Scholarship is Michael. Michael will be attending VCU in the fall and plans to continue to support his community. Michael noted in his essay, quote, "This community that I was lovingly accepted into at Side by Side made a huge impact on my life, and I want to make the same impact on others, giving others the safe space to be themselves and the resources to better enrich their lives." This year's recipient of the Carol Story Memorial Scholarship is Sage. Sage will be attending St. George's University in the fall. Their goals are to, quote, "attend my dream school where I will get my bachelor's degree in pre-medicine, continue through medical school, intern, complete a residency, and get board certified as an anesthesiologist. I would like to help contribute to the small percentage of LGBTQ individuals represented among medical students." And finally, this year's recipient of the Primetimers of Central Virginia Woody Baldwin Scholarship is Silas, who plans to attend Kenyon College in the fall. He noted in his essay, quote, "While I am unsure quite where my path will take me after that, I know that I want to help foster a space where youth like me can be themselves. Whether that is as a social worker, a therapist, or a member of a youth organization, it's important to me that everyone has a space to have their voice heard, to safely explore their identity without judgment or fear, and to have resources that can help them through whatever tough times may come." Congratulations to our 2020 scholarship winners.
I love learning about our scholarship recipients every year. Thank you for sharing that, Ted. As Ted reminded us at the top of the program, we have a fabulous auction for you to bid on. We launched our online auction on July 27th, and it's getting competitive. The auction closes at 11 p.m. tonight, so be sure to get those bids in. The link is in the post of our video and on our website, www.sidebysideva.org. While you're bidding, I wanted to highlight some of the amazing facilitators and volunteers that make Side by Side's work possible. We have created a special blog post where you can read more about how these amazing people contribute to our work. Check out our post on our website for the blog link. Our Richmond Facilitator of the Year is Delton Harris. Our Charlottesville Facilitator of the Year is Erica Balasas. Our Volunteer of the Year is Sean Story. Our Host Home of the Year is Evan and Laura Peters. I'd like to share a video focused on our Host Home program featuring Evan and Laura to show you how the program works and how you can help. A special thank you to our partners at Point Source Youth for producing this short video.
The Host Home program is liberation.
Youth don't have to feel alone anymore.
I think if I did not have the opportunity to be in the Host Home program, I certainly wouldn't be at the place where I am now. I'm able to pay my rent. I'm able to pay for my own groceries. I'm able to pay for my own furniture and so on.
A host home program is an opportunity for community members that have a spare bedroom to offer that spare bedroom to a young adult 18 to 25 who's experiencing homelessness. And so just the process for someone of, I don't know where I'm gonna stay tonight, I don't know where I'm gonna stay tomorrow, I can stay with my friend right now, but I'm not sure what's next, to I'm here for 3 months, I'm here for 6 months. And there's an initial sort of tiptoeing that folks do when they feel like they're in someone else's house. And then there's that middle point when people just start to rest. And it is so sweet to see.
I think that in other places, especially the South, their parents or the community may not be as supportive of LGBT members of the community. When I was living in Mississippi, one of the primary reasons for me moving out when I did was that if I started hormonal transition while still living in my house, my father would kick me out. So I figured that if I was going to do that, and if my dysphoria was at the point where it was just getting absolutely necessary for the forwarding of my life to start transitioning, that I had to move out as soon as I could.
I think what's really cool about it is that the people who are hosting youth and the youth get to be in a vulnerable space together. It's a different type of vulnerability when you're with family who's rejecting you, because you're more so thinking like any day now, this can go south and it can go south fast. But when you're meeting new people for the first time and you're looking at people who can maybe be more mentors or friends, it just changes the landscape of what like chosen family looks like.
Like it was always just like a given for me that, you know, if I ever came up on hard times that, you know, I could go to like family and it would be fine. And the host home program can give that option back to somebody who doesn't have that at the moment.
Now that we're in a position that, you know, we do have extra space, it's like we should share that privilege with someone who doesn't have it.
It's not only giving back, but it's helping a youth not have to struggle to find their next meal, not having to go 3 weeks without a shower. And then you can't go to that interview because you know you don't have any deodorant and you know you're gonna stink. In this world that we live in now is very judgmental. So if you're not dressed the par or if you don't look the par, you're not getting the job. I think we should have host homes everywhere. But the main reason why I think so is so that youth don't have to feel alone anymore.
One of the things we noticed after we first saw the video was the dynamics between youth of color and our white host home families. This is not a coincidence, but a true representation of our program breakdown at this time. Our host home program predominantly serves Black and brown LGBTQ young adults, and it's important that we find more host homes who are people of color. We're working hard to reach out to communities of color through our host home program. We also hope that you can assist us in engaging organizations that predominantly engage people of color and tell them more about our host home program and services. We appreciate all your support. Next, I'm excited to share another inspiring story with you as I announce the Gavin Grimm Courage Award for 2020. This year's award goes to Anthony. While a student in Stafford County, Anthony fought for policies to protect transgender youth. This work continued in college, culminating with hard efforts to pass House Bill 145, which provided a model policy for transgender students in all public schools. Anthony also spends their time facilitating a support group for college-age transmasculine Richmonders. In addition, Anthony recently finished an internship at Virginia's Capitol, where they advocated directly with lawmakers and advised on policy language for LGBTQ inclusion and anti-discrimination bills. Anthony has been a visible advocate and role model for transgender youth, including sharing their experiences openly in the Washington Post and the Washington Blade. Congratulations, Anthony. I'm excited to share with you some updates on Side by Side's work. Over the last year, we've been focused on taking actions to promote more racially equitable communities. In November, we adopted a racial equity statement and made public our commitment to Black LGBTQ youth. This includes creating more spaces for Black LGBTQ youth and collaborating with other organizations that serve Black youth. You can read more about this on our website. The last year has been transformative for Side by Side. We've reached more youth and made a bigger impact across the Commonwealth. This work wouldn't happen without your support. Your support means a safer, more affirming home for LGBTQ youth. Our team grew our training program and reached more than 6,000 people over the last 12 months. In addition to corporate and school engagements, we are proud to partner with the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Services for LGBTQ safer space training across the Commonwealth. When we engage more adults, it means we build stronger support networks for LGBTQ youth, and this is so important. In addition to trainings, Side by Side worked with parents to create safer school environments for our youth. We were proud to advocate for new non-discrimination policies for students and staff at Stafford County Public Schools. We are utilizing our important role as the largest and oldest LGBTQ youth organization in Virginia to advocate more and more for our youth and families. This past January, we had an opportunity to make the Commonwealth more equitable through advocacy and legislative engagement. Youth and families went to Virginia's Capitol to engage lawmakers about the importance of passing pro-equality bills. We helped pass laws to ban conversion therapy and create inclusive policies for transgender students in schools. Youth and families went to Virginia's Capitol to engage lawmakers about the importance of passing pro-LGBTQ equality laws. We helped pass bills to ban conversion therapy and create more inclusive policies in schools. Youth and parents also played an important role in helping pass the Virginia Values Act and helped Virginia become the first Southern state to have LGBTQ non-discrimination protections in housing, the workplace, and public spaces. We helped pass legislation to give guidance to all K-12 schools in the Commonwealth on how to best support transgender students, and are now working with the Virginia Department of Education to roll out inclusive policies statewide. Check out this video from Side by Side parent Meredith sharing her experiences engaging legislators.
Hi, my name is Meredith. I'm a parent and a member of the Side by Side community. In 2015, I found support for my child and my family at Side by Side. The kindness and guidance we received sparked in me the need to do something in return. I was already volunteering with political campaigns, but found new focus in the fight for LGBTQ equality. Coming so close to passing the non-discrimination laws in 2019 and then failing was so disheartening, but made me even more determined to work harder. I expressed my interest to Side by Side in helping in the 2020 General Assembly legislations. They kept me informed of committee meetings and public comment opportunities and encouraged me to come forth. More importantly, they supported my efforts. I am proud to have even played a small part in the passing of the historic Virginia Values Act, but more so, through Side by Side, being a voice for LGBTQ students to gain equal opportunities and treatment in Virginia public schools is amazing. Side by Side has done so much more to support my child and my family. They donate time and resources to help the LGBTQ communities in Virginia, help create safe schools for our students, and advocate tirelessly on behalf of our kids. As a parent and a board member of He, She, Z, and We, a peer-to-peer support group for family members and gender-expansive folks, Side by Side has helped me focus my efforts in a way that's made a real difference, and for that I am most grateful. Thank you.
As you can tell from our updates, Side by Side has done a lot this past year. And even with the pandemic, we've continued to offer our vital services virtually to youth through support groups, drop-in hours, and even case management. The pandemic's impact is rippling through our economy, and we are stepping up to prepare and support LGBTQ young adults who may experience homelessness as a result. We've bolstered our emergency fund to help keep young people housed and avoid eviction. We've launched Pride Place at Virginia Home for Boys and Girls this past June as a sanctuary for LGBTQ young adults that keeps them off the street, safe, and on a path to a more stable future. Homelessness is likely to grow in our community even more than we currently see. Your support will allow Side by Side to continue to meet the needs of our community. It is your investment in our work that allows us to grow and adapt. We hope that you will give tonight and help us continue the important work of Side by Side. You make the difference. You are an amazing part of our community, and we cannot do this without you. Thank you so much.
This has been such a difficult time for all of us. Online school was hard. My recycling is embarrassing, and I miss so many of my loved ones and family. However, for our LGBTQ youth, this has been a time of extreme isolation and loneliness. I personally am so proud of our side-by-side staff for stepping up and making these online support groups possible for our LGBTQ youth, for them to connect together. Thank you for coming tonight and celebrating with us virtually. We look forward to next year seeing you all in person, raising a toast, having a dance, and seeing each other together. Happy springtime. We miss you.
Happy springtime.
Happy springtime. We love you. Thank you.